scratching them.
In the murk of twilight's glow, tales of horror gently flow through the annals of the past. Mysteries we seek to cast. In the shadows secrets lie, truth that time cannot deny. Voices echo, stories blend. In the night they never end. True crime tales that chill your spine. Cold cases lost in time. Duo murders dark and grim. Pique your interest, drawing you in. Every mystery left behind. Whispers creeping in your mind. Covering all sorts of crime. Stories twisted but sublime. Digging deep through every sign, true crime passion so divine. Hidden clues begin to speak, shadows dance where killers creep. Unsolved threads we strive to keep, burning questions never sleep. Every mystery left behind, whispers creeping in your mind. Covering all sorts of crime, stories twisted but sublime.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome into True Crime Duo. This is your Harold Shipman, aka Dr. Death, live crime stream. Smash a like on both streams, subscribe to both streams, hit the notification bells, and as always, bless up for watching, peeps. How are you doing, Stacey, love?
I'm doing good. Now I've had some food in my tummy. I'm all right now.
See that door open at the back of it, then you see it, light came in.
Yeah, I've just tried to open it, but...
The ghost. Shipman's just come in her bedroom.
Yeah,
Shipman's appeared.
Come here, little bitch.
It's bad enough he's on screen.
Shipman's just come in. He's made an appearance now. He's coming to sit with us. How are we doing, Cruisy, love?
All right, not bad. Yes, I'm sorry about yesterday. Now, please forgive me, but like I said, I wasn't good yesterday. We were a bit low.
You should have come in here. I'd have cheered you up, wouldn't I?
Yeah. I know, because when you're going live, I didn't feel up to it.
There we go.
So,
You knew what were coming, that's why.
do you know what? I just fucking knew it. I won't tell you before it's through the screen yesterday.
No, I didn't actually because I've got a new TV, but I fisted that desk a few times. Can't lie. Not like that.
She punched the desk, guys. Just putting that out there.
Good. Let them
See,
punch it out.
This out there.
It's true. So, ladies, I'm assuming we both know Shipman?
Yes.
Yes. Dr. Death.
Indeed. Let's get through chat and then we'll get into the stream. Hiya, Cagney and Lacey. Did you spell it right?
Spelling right today.
Things are looking up.
Nice.
Get well soon. Well, he's a bit grim, isn't he? Let's be honest.
Said Harry.
Yeah. I bet them elderly women thought that, you know, Jules. I can't even lie, you know. I can't lie. Take care, Daz. Get well soon, mate. Big up, Wizzy. Hope you're doing well. Okay, now don't send Dr. Shipman round to him, will you? 1 minute, Stacey. Just 1 minute.
Kick his ass, Jess.
Hey. Sorry. Big up, Jules. We hope you're doing well. Wizzy, Paige, big up. Anybody in the chat, though? Shipman, I'm sure majority will, maybe Paige not.
Yeah, maybe Paige. Yeah, I think maybe Paige, maybe not.
Shipman. I laughed at that when we came on screen and read it. I just couldn't stop laughing.
Absolutely. Smash these lights up, peeps. Well, that's true. I ended up with more of a handprint in my hand than all else. Well, you're in for a treat, Paige.
Well, not in for a treat, Paige.
Let's just say you won't want him as your GP.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Actually, he never touched any of the younger ones, to be fair.
No,
Have you noticed
No,
that?
he went for the old way.
We'd have been all right. Because we didn't have any
Yeah.
money out for him, so we'd have been fine as well.
Yeah. Well, me and
Yeah.
you, just maybe.
Yeah, Cruzy, maybe not.
I'm definitely one of them.
True.
I'm fucked.
Taking keys that van. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard about you playing Lego with Van again.
Don't.
When will you ever learn to leave it be?
No, all I've got to do is put the middle bit back in and will it fuckers going? So I've left it hanging in the van. I'll send Stacey a picture. Let me find my bit there. There.
I think I remember that article as well, Jess.
I remember the newspaper, yeah.
Is that
I remember
Mirror?
that. That's out Sun that.
Yes.
No, it's Mirror.
I won't ever
Is it
put that
Mirror?
newspaper, that shall be
Well,
not
you
named.
will
I
not
won't.
put that newspaper.
Big up, Drew Love.
Hi,
Just
Jula.
in time. But looking at him, you wouldn't have thought it, would you? Come on, he
No.
just looks like a normal GP.
GP, you think? Do you know who he reminds me of, Mum? Dr. Pearson.
Doctor who? What?
Pearson.
It's an uppercut.
Our old doctor. Dr.
I've sent
Pearson.
you a picture, Stacey.
If we're going to buy you
And that's how
now,
I've left it.
don't tell us.
Yeah, you can see yourself.
No.
Hey, it's improved, though.
You didn't think you were capable of what he were capable, or what he did.
Oh,
That's
right. No. Just realised
It
it's not
looks
on
like an
properly.
improvement. He's like closer.
Yeah.
Well, that's how it's at the moment.
Broken.
How's it, chat? Didn't realise.
I know. That's why I said it. If we make you fall asleep, please don't tell us that we've made you fall asleep. Some people enjoy this.
Yeah, they do. In it.
That's this. Let's get into Shipman.
Yeah, so we go.
Or Shipman.
Shipman. Hi, polish time now.
Yeah, right. Oh, I've prosper glasses though, so I can see.
Hola, Callum.
Hola, Caroline. Right, so here we have Dr. Harold Shipman, otherwise known as Dr. Death. As the article that's on the front of the page, at the time of his arrest, they thought he could have up to 1,000 victims.
I don't even think it's a thought. I think he did because the majority of the people that he killed, States, he got cremated. Don't forget, he used to do all their death certificates.
Yeah, he was the doctor to go to when people died.
Yeah,
He was one of these doctors wanted him. Everybody wanted him as a doctor. He was a go-to doctor. People used to wait on lists to get into his surgery.
Yep. Right.
Does it all, doesn't it?
Does it all, doesn't it?
Just.
So, who is Harold Shipman? British serial killer Harold Shipman attended Leeds School of Medicine and began working as a physician in 1970. Between then and his arrest in 1998, he killed at least 215 and possibly as many as 260 of his patients, injecting them with the lethal doses of painkillers.
That's his wife, isn't it? Primrose at bottom.
Yeah, Primrose was his wife. And there's a picture of some of his victims. See, like I
There's
said, looking at his photo, you won't think. Look at his photo, you won't think, would you?
I think he had, if I'm not mistaken, 4 kids. But don't quote me on that.
Can't remember.
I think he did, because that picture's a family photo, but they've blurred out the faces of the kids.
Yeah, you can see it fit behind them, can't you?
You see, that's a family photo. That the boys, I think he had 3 boys and a girl, if I'm not mistaken. Susan Boyle Drooler.
Yeah, 'cause that looks like on her hand. It does look like a female hand on her shoulder.
Yeah, so I'm sure it were 3 boys and a girl, but don't quote me on that because I could be wrong. But still looking at him, then he looks like, family man. She's at home looking after kids sort of thing.
Yeah.
Look like a normal run-of-mill family, don't they, to be honest?
Yeah, it's a standard nuclear family, yeah. Wife, father, children. Harold Frederick Shipman, born 14th of January 1946, died 13th of January 2004, was an English doctor in general practice and serial killer. He is considered to be one of the most prolific serial killers in modern history, with an estimated 250 victims roughly over 30 years. On the 31st of January 2000, Shipman was convicted of murdering 15 patients under his care. He was sentenced to life imprisonment with a whole life order. On the 13th of January 2004, one day before his 58th birthday, Shipman hanged himself in his cell at HM Prison Wakefield, West Yorkshire. Excuse me. The Shipman Inquiry, a 2-year-long investigation of all deaths certified by Shipman, chaired by Dame Janet Smith, examined Shipman's crimes. It revealed Shipman targeted vulnerable elderly people who trusted him as their doctor, killing them with either fatal doses of drugs or prescribing an abnormal amount. As of 2025, Shipman has been nicknamed Dr. Death and the Angel of Death. He is the only British doctor to have been convicted of murdering patients, although other doctors have been acquitted of similar crimes or convicted of lesser charges. Shipman's case has often been compared to that of Dr. John Bodkin Adams. Some nurses, such as Beverly Abbott, have also been convicted of murdering patients in their care.
I mean, it's a weird one, isn't it, that they only ever charged him with 15, but we all know that he did a hell of a lot more than 15.
It's the 15 that could prove.
Well, it went 15 that actually got buried.
Yeah, not the other ones.
They never got cremated, any of their bodies. They would actually all buried.
I think he tried to convince the families to cremate them all.
He did, yeah.
And they went, no.
Some of them did, some of them didn't.
Yeah, these 15 that they got found guilty of did not.
Yeah, because they dug them up, didn't they?
Yes.
They did, yeah. Check the stomach contents and everything to see what it was. And you can't compare him to Beverly Allen, right? Because Beverly Allen was a nurse and killed babies, right? And I'm not saying what she did were right there because it isn't, but that's a different kettle of fish. But he killed hundreds of people.
Yeah.
Thousands, maybe. All right, Beverly Allen did what she did. She was a nurse and obviously with babies, but he was going since the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if he wouldn't have been a slack with that woman cottoning on, he'd have still been at it now.
I mean, he got him to do wills for him as well, didn't he? He used to put him in his will.
Not wills, yeah. That's all to him.
Yeah.
Because they were cremated. No.
Yeah.
It's not like they didn't prove it now. They did an inquest after it all, and they said his death total could be up to 1,000 people.
Yeah. If not more.
If not more, but they got him with 15 and he had a whole life older anyway, which means he didn't ever come out of prison anyway. But Shipman wasn't stupid, as you'll find out as we go on.
Yeah. Born the middle child into a working class family on January 14th, 1946, Harold Frederick Shipman, known as Fred, was the favourite child of his domineering mother, Vera. She instilled in him an early sense of superiority that tainted most of his later relationships, leaving him an isolated adolescent with few friends. When his mother was diagnosed with terminal lung cancer, he willingly oversaw her care as she declined, fascinated by the positive effect that the administration of morphine had on her suffering, until she succumbed to the disease on June 21st, 1963. Devastated by her death, he was determined to go to medical school, and he was admitted to Leeds University Medical School for training 2 years. 2 years later, having failed his entrance exams the first time before serving his hospital internship.
21st of June, of all the fucking days.
Yeah, go back to that those dates, right? Because if you think about it, where's he got all this from? Well, he's thinking with his mother.
His mum.
Because he nursed his mother to death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why and see the administration of morphine. Well, that's what he killed him all with morphine.
Yeah, that's what got him on that route. His fascination with how it affected his mum's body while she were fighting this disease. So this is where his fascination started.
They're not allowed to do that. The law changed on that. The only people that are allowed to administrate that kind of drug now is a district nurse. Because they did it with my mum. Because I said I could give her it. He went, no, you can't give her your mum injections with morphine. We have to give her it. It says it stops any liability. So I was like, yeah, fine. I'll just give it for the liquid shit instead. So, yeah, no, so they stopped that because of what he'd done.
Well, you can see where he's kind of got it from, can't you? As growing up as a kid.
Yeah. Oh, listen, I haven't been funny, but my mum didn't like me, but I looked after her until she passed away. And the thought never once crossed my mind of saying, do you know what, Mum, I think you suffered here, take a bit more. I never thought about that.
Do you know what, though, Cruz? If he did it because they were in pain, I could have understood in a way why he did it. But he did it for pure greed and selfishness. It wasn't. What are these old biddy states, right? They were old, for example, right? But they weren't ill. They weren't, they were just old.
I think the youngest one of 54, I think.
Not like that, yeah.
Another one youngest one. But yeah, no, I mean, you understand when you see it face to face and eye to eye all the time, like I did in that job that I did. But when it came, I couldn't have done it. Even though I were up what I should have done. I mean, I told her not to go. She told me, she looked at me. I was like, look, I won't ever forget that look she gave me before she passed away. I was like, I ain't waiting for Andrew. Fuck you, kind of attitude. Fucking hell. Cheers, Mum. But yeah, no, it's scary.
Shall I continue?
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah. Still a loner, he met his future wife, Primrose, at the age of 19, and they were married when she was 17. And 5 months pregnant with their first child. Back then, if you were pregnant, it's either you were shipped off to mother and baby unit or you got married.
Well, it was all shunned upon back in day, wasn't it? Having babies out of wedlock.
Yeah, so obviously, shotgun wedding is the terminology used. By 1974,
not with a real shotgun, Naomi.
No. By 1974, he was a father of two and had joined a medical practice in Todmorden, Yorkshire, where he initially thrived as a family practitioner for allegedly becoming addicted to the painkiller pethidine. He forged prescriptions for large amounts of the drug, and he was forced to leave the practice when caught by his medical colleagues in 1975, at which time he entered a drug rehab program. In the subsequent inquiry, he received a small fine and a conviction for forgery. A few years later, Shipman was accepted onto the staff at Donnybrook Medical Centre in Hyde, where he integrated himself in as a hard-working doctor who enjoyed the trust of his patients and colleagues alike, although he had a reputation for arrogance amongst junior staff. He remained on staff there for almost 2 decades, and his behaviour incurred only minor interest from other healthcare professionals.
Well, let's face it, if they'd have been caught nowadays doing that with pethidine, they'd have been struck off.
Oh, yeah. In today's...
But he won. He gets a small fine and a conviction for forgery.
Sorry, now.
Pethidine, isn't that like when you're pregnant? Because I asked Julia that other day, pethidine.
Yeah, it's what they give you for when you're in labour.
In labour.
What a strange thing to get addicted to.
Yeah, it's an injection that they give when you're pregnant, when you're in labour. Made me throw up everywhere. Yeah, green vial everywhere.
You're talking about pethidine, aren't you?
Yeah.
Big up, Dad. The local undertaker noticed that Dr. Shipman's patients seemed to be dying at an unusual high rate and exhibited similar poses in death. Most were fully clothed and usually sitting reclining on a settee. He was concerned enough to approach Shipman about this discreetly, who reassured him that there was nothing to be concerned about. Later, another medical colleague, Dr. Susan Booth, also found the similarity disturbing, and the local coroner's office was alerted, who then contacted the police. A covert investigation followed, but Shipman was cleared, as it appeared that his records were in order. The inquiry failed to contact the General Medical Council or check criminal records, which would have yielded evidence of Shipman's previous record. Later, a more thorough investigation revealed that Shipman altered the medical records of his patients to corroborate the causes of death.
Yeah. I don't know whether they
Undertaker were getting that fucking busy. He's thinking, how these people are fucking dying. Why?
And he's raking money in. No.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I mean, coroner's office were like, hang on a minute, right? There's too many deaths here, and there's too many deaths and all.
This is the first time round. They cleared him.
Oh, they cleared him
Go to
there.
medical board, though.
They
I don't know whether it go to medical board.
That's
I think
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, though. If they'd done that, they would have found out his path.
Yeah.
Because he had all his records, or they were all in order, so they couldn't really say on.
And then they found out they
No, it should have gone to General Medical Council, but because his records were so, I suppose, pucker, they thought, oh no. No. It's just a coincidence that all these were dying, I suppose.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that, by the way, but that's what Thayla said.
Hiding behind his hiatus as a caring family doctor, it is almost impossible to establish exactly when Shipman began killing his patients, or indeed exactly how many died at his hands. And his denial of all charges did nothing to assist the authorities. Indeed, his killing spree was only brought to an end thanks to the determination of Angela Woodruff, the daughter of one of his victims, who refused to accept the explanations given for her mother's death. Kathleen Grundy, an active, wealthy 81-year-old widow, was found dead in her home on June 24th, 1998, following an earlier visit by Shipman. Woodruff was advised by Shipman that an autopsy was not required, and Grundy was buried in accordance with her daughter's wishes.
Yeah,
So she's the reason why he was found.
Woodruff.
Yeah.
I know that name.
Now. Because she was a solicitor, and she knew, and Mum won't change that will as well.
This is the next slide, that. Woodruff was a lawyer, and had always handled her mother's affairs, so it was with some surprise that she discovered that another will existed, leaving the bulk of her mother's estate to Dr. Shipman. Woodruff was convinced the document was a forgery and that Shipman had murdered her mother, forging the will to benefit from her death. She alerted the local police, where Detective Superintendent Bernard Postels quickly came to the same conclusion upon examination of the evidence.
Do you know what makes me wonder, though? You're telling me Shipman was skinned. It can't have been even a doctor when all said and done.
We were loaded.
So
considering he'd done it a few times beforehand as well, so...
Exactly. How many wills he'd had before and he still wanted more and more and more. It's just pure greed, isn't it?
It's not just that. When it goes to probate as well, because it's got to go to probate, sometimes it goes to probate. And then, oh, look, we want Dr. Shipman again. Oh, we want Dr. Shipman.
No,
Did they realise then that he was in these wills? Because it's got to through a solicitor. Well, you see, my dad's got a will. And I know for a fact there's only me in the will. So it all comes to me, so I don't need to go to probate because it's all mine. Huh? Fuck you, Stacey.
Thanks, Mum.
Yeah, but that's the thing, isn't it, right? If it's all like at probate, but she knew because she was a solicitor herself, so she'd done her mum's will. And he'd changed that will.
And that's why I know my dad's will. I know everything now about my dad. My dad's will, everything I know about it from top to bottom, page to page. And if anybody tries to change it now, then they can fuck off because it's all mine.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Like, if somebody changed our dad's will, you'd know about it, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's like I've got control of his Aviva account for his pension pots. And if anybody tries to get into that account, I get notifications straight away. So I'm alerted. So I've got a lot of alerts on my dad's stuff now. So if anybody needs to know that, I've also got access to almost everything anyway. So,
and to be fair, whatever, I don't even know what he did with the money, Alison, because when he lived in not even a modest house, Alison, something like what me and Stace live in. It was not special, no big mansion or anything like that. It was just a normal family house, and he had her, didn't he, and kids, his wife and that. Primrose, so...
It makes you think what do you do with all the money, doesn't it? Where
makes you wonder where all that money went.
Yeah.
Because you're telling me she was set up for life, fucking Primrose. Let's be honest.
Didn't they say that anything that he left, they tried to obtain back because it was by malice?
Proceeds of crime, yeah. And you're telling me she didn't twig on neither. She still went and visited him. In fact, when he got moved, and it says this a bit further on, to HM Wakefield, she moved closer to the fucking prison and bought her house over here so she could go visit him every week.
I mean, wouldn't you, though, question your partner or your husband, where's all your money coming from? You know, why you got this much money? Secret bank accounts. Are they hiding the money?
He didn't have a luxury car or all like that. He didn't have like a big Rolls Royce. He had a little Ford Escort.
That's why I got away with it for so long, though, because they just didn't have nothing flashy. He
Yeah,
never
what
brought
did he do?
any.
Where did all them wills go? And where did all that money go? Come on.
Yeah.
Because they never, if you read it, they never recovered any of that money, bar the last one who did the fucking will. So how many, you say, or we say, or they say, he killed up to 1,000 people, right? So say,
How
for
many wills did he
example, we'll go 250, right? He changed 250 wills, right? So where's all that gone?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but now this is times in 90s. It's a bit different than what it is now.
Yeah, it's different now.
This is late 80s, 90s. He's been on it. He's been doing this since the 70s. Well, they want offshore bank accounts in 70s.
And the thing is now, most accounts now, if you try to transfer a certain amount of one account into another account, if it's 10 grand or above, it's automatically recorded, registered, and then inquired about. And then if it's under the 10 grand, so it could be £9,999.99p, it never gets flagged. Once it gets to 10 grand, it's flagged. Anything over and above 10 grand is flagged. That never used to be like that, but that's what's changed now. That's also that now. So if you transfer money from one account to another account, that's also flagged. And that's what it's like now. I could go transfer money down to mine.
Oh, Cruzy, like you've and my mum has with her mum. You'd take what doctor's saying at value, wouldn't you? You wouldn't have thought your doctor would inject you in morphine and killed them off. You'd have just thought, look, doctor's saying it's died.
He's the professional.
Why would I question what he's saying?
You see, this is the point, because I learned about medication and stuff, and I did the care job. And when I took over Mum's full care when she came here, I questioned the doctors of why they were giving her certain medication when there was no point. And it's like, well, she needs it. What does she need it for? Why does she need it? But I already knew about what that drug was doing. But why are you giving that? It's only making her sick. She doesn't need it anymore. Stop giving her something that's making her ill. And they still kept giving her it. And I said, right, listen, either stop the drug or I stop it. And it came to a point where I actually stopped. I think it was the an anti-sickness one they were giving her, but she would have taken nothing to make her sick. So I stopped it. I said, look, you can't keep giving her stuff she doesn't need. And I did question the doctors with my mum, of my mum's medical attendance from them. So, but I knew what I was doing, so I were all right that way. But I did question them.
And they reckon what he did with his money, Cruises, his 4 kids, they all were privately scholared at schools in the 70s and 80s, and they reckon a lot of that money went into funding private tuition for these kids. And I know every one of his kids had a lot of money when they turned 18, so I think it all went into ISAs, trust funds for kids and that. And they could warrant it really back then in the 70s, because, well, I'm a doctor, putting away for kids. But I know every one of his kids were privately educated in a private school at boarding schools. And I suppose back then in the 70s, there was a lot of money to send your kids, especially when you've got 4 kids.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of his money went into funding his children's education. And when they all turned 18, they had private trust funds for each and every one of the kids.
There you go, then.
So can you imagine, right, say, of all them that he killed, I mean, we know there's more. So, like, he got between 5 and 10 grand per time. It's a lot of fucking money.
Hey, Cruzy, it wasn't just money. It were houses, it were property, it were jewellery. Yeah. It were all sorts. It wasn't just like money. I mean, they left him houses, they left him everything. Yeah,
he had a good scam, didn't he?
And I suppose if you're, I don't know, for example, I'm just using this as an example of age 75, your husband's already died, you never had any children, right? And you think, well, I'll leave it to the doctor. He's looked after me, he's bothered with me, he's come to home visits, he's come and seen me, which he did. He was a very caring doctor, they say that. You know, they all wanted him, they all biddies, they used to wait for him. He used to come out and have a cup of tea with them, spend time with them. And suppose if you're in your 70s, 80s and you've got no family, no friends that come and see you, and you're housebound, it was like their shining light coming through the door was Shipman. Yeah. Crazy, isn't it? But it's true. Loneliness is a massive thing in old people. And he made them not feel lonely.
Yeah, and that's it. We don't end up as well. You're the person that goes, are you and doctors don't bother. And that's quite difficult, you know.
And he trust up Cruzy, he went every week. And he got to a point where they trusted him that much that they changed the wills out of their own free will.
And at the start. To let trust get in there, you know. I mean, I had a lady who says, "We go bank for me." I'm like, "No, I can't do that." She, yeah, you can. I said, "No." She's like, "No, it's not the point. It's against my job. I can't do that. If I go to bank for you and take money out your account, anything else goes missing, I'm not getting in trouble and I lose my job. So I can't do that. It's difficult because you do get a criminal check anyway. Now they do it anyway. So, but yeah, they trust you with everything, and it's awful to see that the families don't bother with them.
And true, what you just said. Most doctors nowadays are all CRB checked, right? If he'd have been in today's thing, that would all flagged up with pethidine or forgeries. He wouldn't have even had a doctor's job. But back in 70s, it wasn't like that. CRB, whether it's 70s, I'm quite sure of it. It would it after Ian Huntley that these CRBs coming on just before Ian Huntley?
I think it was just before because he'd already been done for something else.
Been checked. He had been checked over Ian Huntley prior, so he'd already done a CRB done. I think after him they extended it to a more thorough. But I don't think it was thorough because they missed stuff with Ian Huntley.
Yeah, the DBS, the CRB is one where you're going to do it for adults, and the other one's for both adult and children. I didn't need it for children, so I didn't have that to do with children. I remember adults, so I had one done. I had to jump for fucking hoops to get mine. I had to give my name before I got married. Why my name wasn't my name when I got married? Because I was born Atkinson, although I used coin growing up because my dad's coin. So I had to explain why Atkinson were there, coin were there. How come I married to be a cup and got married from coin to cup? I was like, it was a nightmare, and it took ages to do mine. And that was my first one when I did, and that was a cleaning job. That was my first one, a cleaning job, and I was shocked. That was a long time ago.
Right. Grundy's body was exhumed, and a post-mortem revealed that she had died of morphine overdose, administered within 3 hours of her death, precisely within the time frame of Shipman's visit to her. Shipman's home was raided, yielding medical records, an odd collection of jewellery, and an old typewriter which proved to be an instrument upon which Grundy's forged will had been produced.
So there, right? One, how much that must have pained their family to have the body entombed, and they've obviously buried the mum, they've grieved the mum, to have that dug back up, which that ain't a nice thing at all.
No.
And I mean, how much morphine are we talking about that can actually cause an overdose?
I think it depends on which morphine it is as well.
I mean, I said it on stream the other day. It's a bit further later on. It's a bit further later on. But it is in there. And I mean, look, this old collection of jewellery, well, that's come from old biddies, hasn't it? Old brooches and stuff like that.
Typewriter, is that what we're using?
Yeah, we're using a typewriter to change the
fucking... as well. I'm just
because when we used to... God, them fucking typewriters, when you used to type in, they're like left indentations in. That's the one, diamorphine, Cruisy, that was it. So what's the difference between diamorphine and morphine?
It's the strength.
Diamorphine.
What's more potent than diamorphine?
I was given diamorphine while I was labour with Zachary.
Yeah, diamorphine's it's more controlled. It's not as dangerous as pure morphine. So
what did they give me in hospital then? Morphine?
Yeah, morphine. One that makes go, ooh, it's morphine sulfate, which is quite strong. So what Tony's got, I got some when I had my gallbladder kicking off, and they gave me it, and it made me sick, and it made me feel like I was fucking off my head. Never again.
So a syringe then, that he's done one full syringe and put it in, and that's enough to incapacitate you then?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because you become so out of it, you don't know what's going on, and it labours your breathing as well. There's more things. I
suppose if you're older as well, obviously, when you read these things on there, it tells you certain things you can't take or have with it.
Yeah.
It's just such a cruel way to kill somebody, though, isn't it?
Morphine and the Zomorph, which is morphine anyway, morning and night, and then it's got that in between. So there's days when
is diamorphine still used to this day then?
Yes.
Yes, but only administered by either a professional district nurse for like a friend of life and stuff, or in a hospital.
In hospitals.
It's got to it's really watched now.
I think my personal opinion on that, Drooler, is If we'd have gone for babies or kids or younger people, I think they'd have got caught a lot earlier. But because there are a lot of elderly people, and I'm not saying this right, there were less questions asked. That's my opinion.
Seriously ill as well.
You know what I mean? That is my opinion on that. And I do believe a lot of this stemmed from watching his mother with morphine. I think that's where the obsession did come from.
Yeah. That's quite understandable, that.
That's me anyway.
Yeah.
It was immediately apparent to the police from the medical records seized that the case would extend further than the single death in question, and a priority was given to those deaths it would be most productive to investigate, namely victims who had not been cremated or who had died following a home visit by Shipman, which were given priority. Yeah.
So you look at that, which more or less says what we were just saying then. But how many home visits? Let's be honest. What you on about? We missed someone.
I ain't got a clue. But the thing is, right, is how much morphine did he give her if she were already dead and buried? How long was she buried before the accident?
Yeah, exactly. How long was she in Crown for, Steve?
Yes.
Before they exhumed her?
That's what he was saying.
Oh, I'm going to say. I missed something.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, but how long was she buried?
How long was she in that ground for before they exhumed her for it still to be in her system?
Right,
It must have been that long. It must have been a fucking hell of a lot for it still to be in system.
Yeah, it must have been the time and length. Because I know if you have insulin, because insulin's also a killer if it's given as well in a dose.
And that was fucking Beverly Allen's modus operandi with insulin.
Insulin doesn't.
And Lucy Letby.
Yeah.
Right. So according to Google, she died on the 24th of June 1998, and she was exhumed on October 13th, 1998.
So it gave her quite a bit then, because
so
she'd been in 3.5
months. Roughly 3.5 months she was buried before they exhumed the body again.
He gave her a massive dose then if it was still in her system for it to be that long and a length of time. That's definitely a lot. You know what they all do in autopsies and shit, because we all watch crime shit.
Yeah.
She must have had fucking gallons of it pumped into her system. I'm not big fucking syringe, what? Wow.
About as big as them ones I put on fucking PowerPoint.
Yeah.
I've got to be more than one that needs giving.
But the thing is, I've got a massive syringe and needle, but it's blunt. I mean, cleaning the printers out. Do you know what I mean?
I have to take this for my epilepsy. These are needles that I have to use, but that's my kind of needle.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I fucking fucking insulin. Oh.
So that must have been. And did anybody ever question, right? So we all know that things like where the medicines are. Did nobody ever question, like, I thought you had as morphine. I thought you had to sign paperwork and all that.
Before then, no. Any doctor could get them.
No, you have to sign for them.
You still have to sign paperwork in books, even in 90s, 80s.
Not as extensive as it is now.
But with morphine, right, so you got morphine, you got gabapentin now. Gabapentin is now classed as an illicit drug.
Yeah.
So I go to a chemist to get Tony New stuff.
You have to show your driving license, don't you, Cruiser?
Yes, you do. Yeah. I've been a few times.
Yeah, what's my name? What's my relationship to him? I got dog's body.
Yeah.
So I have to prove ID because you've got to sign a little blue box.
Yeah.
I know a lot about drugs. I don't know why, but I know a lot about drugs. I suppose my mum been in that hospital over years.
It's a bit iffy that though as well, right? If say you go to doctors tomorrow, stage, right? Would you not find it iffy, Cruzy? If somebody, one of your doctors then come to you and said, right, your daughter's died or whatever, I suggest you cremate her. That's not even going a bit overboard as a doctor as well.
Yeah. See, I'd want to know. Well, I mean, for me, right, cremating. I understand why people get cremated. It's cheaper. It's a lot easier. But for me, I prefer to have
a what do they call them? What's they called? Who deal with your deaths? Crematorium. Isn't that for them to suggest?
Undertakers.
an undertaker suggests whether they want to be cremated or buried, not your
No.
doctor.
The family.
It's
That's the
family.
really.
Family, exactly like that. That's a strange one.
See, I've got the same argument with my dad. He said he don't give a shit what happens to him. I'd like my dad to be buried so I can go visit his grave. Where if he's on his
This is
asset,
he wants to keep it back guarded.
he doesn't give a fuck when he goes inside. Yeah, no morphine is now documented.
It is, yeah.
I have to document when I give
And
it
I
to
need to
Tony.
pick up my dad's prescription from my mum.
Yeah.
And I've had to physically have my name written down.
Yeah.
Then ring my mum and my dad to verify I have been asked to come pick it up to verify my name, and then I have to show my photo ID.
Yeah. That's for the liquid morphine, and for the Zomorph and the liquid morphine.
Yeah.
I have to have all the gabapentin now because, like I said, that's now classed as a whatever you want to call it.
Controlled drug.
Yeah. A controlled substance.
Indeed.
Ooh, I remembered.
So Shipman had urged families to cremate their relatives in a large number of cases, stressing that no further investigation of their deaths was necessary, even in instances where these relatives had died of causes previously unknown to the families. In situations where they did raise questions, Shipman would provide a computerized medical notes that corroborated his cause of death pronouncements.
Well, let's face it, not many people are going to say, if the doctor said you've died of old age, are going to go against doctor and say, well, no. Especially when he's got medical records and everything that he doctored. You're fighting a losing battle, really, aren't you, with it?
Yeah. So the next slide is the victims.
Yes.
Just you. Oliver just walks in and yawns. So, the murders 15 women, sorry. Shipman's trial began. Yeah. Shipman's trial began at Preston Crown Court on 5th of October 1999. He was charged with the murders of 15 women by lethal injections of diamorphine, all between 1995 and 98. So we've got Marie West, 81, Irene Turner, 67, Lizzie Adams, 77, Jean Lilly, 59, Ivy Lomas, 63, Muriel Grimshaw, 76, Marie Quinn, 67, Kathleen Wagstaff, 81, Bianca Pomfret, 49. That's his youngest one.
Yeah.
Nora Nuttall, 65. Pamela Hiller, 68. Maureen Ward, 57. Winifred Miller, 73. Joan Miller, 73. And the reason for him being arrested, Kathleen Grundy, 81.
You notice something as well? He never killed any men.
No, I didn't.
All women.
All women.
All women victims, no men.
No men at all.
Nope.
And that age range between 49 and what oldest? 81?
81.
She's 49. 81. So what did she have at 49 years old that he saw, I think, a killer?
Exactly. Nobody questioned her at 49.
If you know about all these ladies, apart from what we can't really confirm with Bianca, seriously ill. So I wonder if she had some serious ailment, which warranted him able to kill her and get away with it.
No male victims. Male victims are quite harder to persuade, where females are more persuasive.
Yeah. He's a male doctor. He's trustworthy. These women are probably lonely as well.
He's a man of trust who you trust, and that's why he went for
these
females.
Women are lonely.
Often giving them men.
Probably hardly, well, apart from Kathleen.
We were a proper community person, did stuff in local fates and all this, Stacey, raffles and stuff. We're proper trusted, you know what I'm saying? But it just makes you wonder why he never went for men. And they reckon if it was true he did kill over 1,000, that it were all women victims, he never went for men.
His mum. I'm going to say it right now.
His mum. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, what's the that he did to his mum?
See, I heard that there were suspicions that his mum didn't die of natural causes. There were suspicions that
he helped her on the way. He couldn't bear to see it in pain. Yeah,
he offed his mum.
But she was cremated as well, wasn't she? His mother. So it says all about his dad. Have you noticed that though? It says all about his dad.
No, so that's why everyone believes she was the first victim.
They always say that the first victim is always a parent. Well, more or less, almost always. I mean,
Because
in that
someone
case,
should administer her medication and she just died. No one's going to believe that he's up to anything nefarious because she was already dying anyway.
True.
Yeah.
So, you know.
But that's like me.
I do believe, though, he killed his mum, if I'm honest. Because he's gone from having a vaccination doing it. I reckon he, like you said, killed his mum out of, what do you call it?
Because they didn't want to see him in pain, and I do understand.
Yeah.
You know, like when they go out to Switzerland, and obviously it's allowed over there.
Yeah.
I do understand why some people do want to be dead when they've got terminal cancer or whatever, but that don't give him the right to go do what he did. He didn't do it for that reason. If the war terminally ill and he killed him and he never took any of the wills and he never took any of the money or all like that, and I said Jenny were doing it because he couldn't bear to see him in pain.
Get any money off his mum?
He didn't. He took money off of them, every one of them.
Do we know if he got anything off his mum?
Not that we're aware of. Oh no, they reckon there's up to 1,000 Catalan, but this is the 15 that prove because the majority of them had been cremated. There's no evidence
to prove due to the fact that these were buried, not cremated.
And every one of these had to be dug up as well, and have another autopsy done on top. See if they died of morphine or not. And I mean, there's one, and that is the one that ain't got a face there. Nobody knows. Nobody. I've not found it.
See, saying that, my mum didn't have a post-mortem. My mum didn't have
don't think my grandma did, you know. I'll have to ask my mum.
My mum didn't have one because there was no point because I knew what she was dying of anyway. But the thing is, I brought my mum home and I said to the doctor, she's got short mums, not long. They're like, no, she's got she'll leave until after Christmas. I'm like, no. So I knew my mum. But yeah, she never had a post-mortem, my mum, because we knew what she died of.
Yeah, same as my grandma.
Yeah. But you see, I was lucky because I had nurses here that administrated the powerful drugs that she needed to make her comfortable. So I was all right in that. I was safe. I was safe.
Police later established that Shipman would, in most cases, alter his medical notes directly after killing the patient to ensure that his account matched the historical records. What Shipman had failed to grasp was that each alteration of the records will be time-stamped by the computer, enabling police to ascertain exactly which records have been altered. Following extensive investigations, which included numerous exhumations and autopsies, the police charged Shipman with 15 individual counts of murder on September 7th, 1998, as well as one count of forgery, which is related to Kathleen. Will, I'm assuming?
Yeah, that's on my mum's birthday, that when he was on charge for all.
Yeah. Right, trial and aftermath. Shipman's trial commenced in Preston Crown Court on October the 5th, 1999. Attempts by his defence counsel to have Shipman tried in 3 separate phases, i.e. cases with physical evidence, cases without, and the Grundy case, where the forgery differentiated it from other cases, as well as to have damning evidence relating to Shipman's fraudulent accumulation of morphine and other drugs, were thrown out, and the trial proceeded on the 16 charges, including the indictment. The prosecution asserted that Shipman had killed 15 patients because he enjoyed exercising control over life and death. And dismissed any claims that he had been acting compassionately, as none of his victims were suffering terminal illnesses. Woodruff appeared as the first witness. Her forthright manner and account of her unremitting determination to get the truth impressed the jury, and attempts by Shipman's defence to undermine her were largely unsuccessful. Next, the government pathologist led the court through the gruesome post-mortem findings, where morphine toxicity was the cause of death in most instances. Thereafter, fingerprint analysis of the forged will showed that Grundy had never handled the will, and her signature was dismissed by handwriting experts as a crude forgery.
So he wrote it himself.
Yeah, he signed it himself, wrote it himself, and she hadn't even touched the little girl.
Yeah.
And none of his victims were suffering terminal illness, so he never did it for compassionate reasons or for terminal illness reasons. He did it for greed.
Evil. And enjoyment, I'm saying. I'm really enjoying it.
This is where the case comes for the wanting to go abroad and have and you're being euthanized.
Euthanasia.
You see, for me, I agree. If you're at that point in your life and you don't want to be here no more because you're suffering, then yeah, fine. But you've got to be sure it's what you want. If I've signed up, mind, sound, and body, whatever the fucking hell say it. And I was talking to Dan about this, and he said the only thing about that is that it comes with complications, which I agree it does. I said, but if you're in a state where you can't do nothing for yourself, you can't even get out of your own bed, and you can't really do anything at all, what would your alternative be? Suffer or go? I said, because I know I'd go, but that's why they want to legalise it here, because there's too many if, whys, whens, and whats and buts. It's hard. Yeah, neuro complex. Yeah, I agree with that, actually.
Police computer analysis then testified how Shipman had altered the computer records to create symptoms that his dead patients never had, in most cases within hours of their deaths. As the trial progressed on to other victims and the accounts of their relatives, patterning of Shipman's behaviour became more clearer. A lack of compassion, disregard for the wishes of attending relatives, and reluctance to attempt to revive patients were bad enough, but another fraud also came to light. He would pretend to call the emergency services in the presence of relatives, then cancel the call out when the patient was discovered to be dead. Telephone records showed that no actual calls were made.
That's evil, isn't it? That.
I didn't know about that part.
Yeah, I did a lot of research on it.
That's calculated.
Wow.
That's so calculated and evil, isn't it?
Oh,
He
yeah,
knew they did anyway.
Yeah.
exactly.
And pretend and not even ring it. You know they were fucking dead anyway, so why didn't you ring it?
Yeah, isn't it? Because if it rang, there'd be a post-mortem.
Yeah.
True.
Finally, evidence of his drug hoarding was introduced, with false prescribing to patients who didn't require morphine, overprescribing to others who did, as well as proof of his visits to the homes of the recent deceased to collect up unused drug supplies for disposal. Shipman haughty demeanour throughout the trial did nothing to assist his defence in painting a picture of a dedicated healthcare professional. Despite their attempts, his arrogance and consistently changing stories when caught out in obvious lies did nothing to endear him to the jury.
You know when he was arrested, right? And if you go, anybody can find these online. You can watch the interview. And you know what the arrogant cunt does when he's getting interviewed? He turns his back and faces the wall. And when they're interviewing him, asking him about all this, he turns his back and faces the wall and doesn't even look at him in the eye, the bastard. He turns fucking round and watches him at war. He will not even engage with the officers that are questioning him at the time. He turns his fucking chair around and looks at the wall.
Yeah, and you see, that's also changed now about doctors collecting drugs from a patient's house. They don't like do that no more neither. It's either the district nurse that's got to come and collect it and dispose of it, or you take the stuff to the chemist.
You take the stuff back to the chemist, innit?
I took all my man's back to the chemist. It is what the nurses left. So you can reuse these because they aren't being touched, but you need to, but yeah, you've got to prove that you've handed it all back, and I got note from chemist saying I'd handed it all back in. So a lot of law has changed to do with medication because of what he did.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it took its time, but it finally got there.
What a twat! That's maybe
yeah, he'd be an arrogant bastard.
Yeah. I just found the interview. I just found the clip of that.
Have you seen it? And then another time, there's some press outside his house, and he comes out of his house, and he speaks to him anyway, and he doesn't say a lot, but you can just see the arrogance of the man. Saying in that interview when he turns his back.
It's just
he turns his back.
Literally,
yeah, didn't you know that?
He turned his back. No, he's literally. She's right, guys. He's turned his back to the interviewer. So he's facing the wall, and they're literally not shoving it, but putting the picture of the victims in his face.
Yeah, like putting it again. He moves them back
like that, but in front of him enough so he can see, and he's just yawning, saying no comment.
Yeah.
Arrogance is best there.
I ain't got mumble, so I'm not worth killing.
Following a meticulous summation by the judge and the caution to the jury that no one had actually witnessed Shipman kill any of his patients, the jury was sufficiently convinced by the testimony and evidence presented, and unanimously found Shipman guilty in all charges, 15 counts of murder and 1 of forgery. On the afternoon of January 31st, 2000, the judge passed 15 life sentences, as well as a 4-year sentence for forgery, which he commuted to a whole life sentence, effectively removing any possibility of parole. Shipman was incarcerated at Durham Prison. The fact that the doctor had killed 15 patients sent to a shutter throughout the medical community, but this was to prove insignificant in light of further investigation that delved more deeply into his patient's case list history.
They were at Durham first, and then they moved him over to Wakefield, Nick, after that.
Wakefield. Yeah. A clinical audit conducted by Professor Richard Baker of the University of Leicester examined the number and patterns of deaths in Shipman's practice and compared them with those of other practitioners. It found that rates of deaths among his elderly patients were significantly higher, clustered at certain times of day, and that Shipman was in attendance in a disproportionately high number of cases. The audit goes on to estimate that he may have been responsible for the deaths of at least 236 patients over a 24-year period. Oof. Separately, an inquiry commission chaired by a High Court Judge, Dame Janet Smith, examined records of 500 patients who died while in Shipman's care, and a 2,000-page report concluded that it was likely he had murdered at least 218 of his patients, although this number was offered by Dame Janet as an estimation rather than a precise calculation, as certain cases presented insufficient evidence to allow certainty.
Well, after we're cremated, they couldn't prove it.
Exactly, I think that's what they mean, though.
Yeah.
So the 236 there are what have been buried. The rest of them have obviously been cremated, so they can't say yes, definitely, because they've been cremated. 231's bad enough. 213? Fucking hell.
The commission further speculated that Shipman might have been addicted to killing and was critical of police investigation procedures, claiming the lack of experience of the investigating officers resulted in missed opportunities to bring Shipman to justice earlier. He may, in fact, have taken his first victim within months of obtaining his license to practice medicine. 67-year-old Margaret Thompson, who died on March 1971 while recovering from a stroke, but deaths prior to 1975 were never officially proven.
So again, police, shoddy work. How many times have we said this on these crime nights? And two, you should have been investigating him the minute he set a foot in a fucking hospital, doctor's surgery, whether that were 1965 or fucking 2005. No, you're too fucking lazy.
Yeah, they are. We're too lazy.
Whatever the exact number, the sheer scale of his murderous activities meant that Shipman was capitulated from British patient killer to the most prolific known serial killer in the world. He remained at Durham Prison throughout these investigations, maintaining his innocence, and was staunchly defended by his wife Primrose and family. He was moved to Wakefield Prison in June 2003, which made visits from his family easier.
I like how he got moved to make it easy for them to fucking visit him. Like, fuck it, he stayed in Durham.
I can't read that well.
Shipman hanged himself in his cell at HM Prison Wakefield on 30th January 2004, the day before his 58th birthday. The Medical Legal Centre in Sheffield performed a post-mortem examination and an inquest was opened. Some of the victims' families said they felt cheated as Shipman's suicide meant they would never have the satisfaction of a confession. No answers as to why he committed his crimes. Home Secretary David Blunkett admitted the celebration was tempting. You wake up, you receive a call telling you Shipman had topped himself, and you think it's too early to open the bottle. And then you discover that everybody's upset that he's done it.
Well, yeah, because he got away with it, really, Stacey, because...
Why has he done that?
Sorry, I'll be honest with you. The reason he hung himself is for money reasons, because if he'd have left it any longer, he wasn't entitled to his pension. So he killed himself, basically, so Primrose got the pension. She got the full pension of his doctor's salary. That's why he killed himself. Nothing more, nothing less.
A little bit that's moved up. It says, Shipman's death divided nations. Newspaper went like the Daily Mirror, branding him a cold coward and condemning the prison service for allowing his suicide to occur. However, the Sun ran a celebratory front page headline, Ship Hooray. The Independent called for an inquiry into Shipman's suicide to look more widely at the state of UK prisons, as well as the welfare of inmates. In The Guardian, an article by General Sir David Rasenbotham, sorry, I've said that wrong, who had formerly served as Her Majesty's Chief Inspector of Prisons, suggested that the whole 5 sentence be replaced by indefinite sentencing, for this would at least give prisoners the hope of eventual release and reduce the risk of their ending their own lives by suicide, as well as making their management easier for prison officials. No, he killed himself because he wanted his wife to have the money. We know that.
Well, they reckon they'd let him kill himself. They reckon the prison guards let him do it.
Yeah.
Apparently, he was telling cons on wings for weeks he was going to do it so that she got the money, basically. He killed himself, basically, so she got a pension.
Oh, hang on a minute. Just...
I find it very interesting, Julia, how she still went and visited him, moved closer, took the pension and everything. Knowing what her husband did.
Yeah, she knew.
Money.
Yeah, she knew.
She looks evil and all, to be fair.
Yeah, no, she knew what he was up to.
And she should have got that. No way.
She had an intuition he was up to something. Well,
and she got that pension for the rest of her life.
He's pissing himself laughing watching fucking Mrs. Brown's Boys.
And you're telling me wanting a good screw as a pension? As he would have been.
Yeah.
Shipman's motive for suicide was never as... Oh, my phone's ringing. 1 second, Jess.
It's not me. Who's ringing at this time of night?
Do you know what makes me laugh though? They say, right? They never discovered his motive for suicide. He did, because it even says it there. Which Stacey will get into, but this was all to do with money. It was nothing more than that. He killed himself, so she got the pension because he had to die before they were 59 for her to get the full pension.
Yeah, just.
I think he should. That should have been wiped as soon as he got fucking found guilty. If I'm honest. Big up, Carl. Hope you're doing well. No, look at you missing out on crime night, Bella.
Yeah, isn't it?
No.
Especially like. Yeah, no, he did himself in because he fought with Marisa for his life. But she definitely had some intuition that he was up to something. She knew something was going on.
Come on, Cruzy. She never questioned it, like.
Yeah, no, she definitely knew there was something going on. Maybe not to the extent that she knew, but she knew there was definitely something going on.
And she still took the money. Come on.
Yeah, no, I agree. Will you stop going off phone? Yeah, I agree. She should have been arrested because she must have known. I mean, put it like this: if your husband's been charged with murder of 15 people, there's speculation that there could be thousands that he's done. Would you still want to have contact with him? Nah, I don't think so. She knew where the money was. She knew where everything was hiding. She knew everything. She might not know about how many he killed, but she definitely knew about the money and about the stuff he had. Definite.
And she was so blasé with it. I mean, she used to still go visit him in Nick. And kids. They were saying to this day, no, Dad hasn't done it and all this. Like, nah, man.
Yeah. Where did the money come from? How do you see, I mean, because of what he did, the laws changed a lot of things. But it's not that. It's the fact that he did it and got away with it for so long, from 1971.
So 1998.
Yeah. That's the year I was born, 1971. See, look, I'm an old fucker. Do you know what I mean?
And he moved about a bit because he was at Pontefract. Then he was at Halifax. And then he went over to hide in Manchester and opened his own surgery. And there used to be a surgery over the road from him. And they all wanted to be at Shipman's surgery. They didn't want to be at the other doctors. They waited on waiting lists to get into there.
Yeah, they did.
And the majority of his patients, Cruzy, were all older people. There weren't many young families at all like that.
See, that's why I question my dad and my mum's care, especially my mum's care, because they made mistakes with my mum. I mean, my dad called a doctor right middle at night and came out. The doctor went, "Oh, it's just wind, give this tablet." She was fucking dying. My dad was for an ambulance for honest, and if he'd left her alone, she'd have been dead. And the doctors knew she was poorly. I didn't like the doctor anyway, never did do. And I've watched my mum change over the years with very different illnesses. And she's had loads of illnesses with mum and all kinds of shit going on. So I've learned to watch and be careful of how she was treated. And then, of course, when it got to the last year of her life, my dad said that she was forgetting things. and said she's got dementia. And I told the hospital she had dementia. They told me to fuck off. Told me I was talking out of my ass. I should go up and walked out the room because I nearly punched the nurse. And then when my mum went to the clinic to be tested to see if she had dementia, it got to a point of where I got sick and tired of being backwards and forwards with her. So I said to the nurse or the doctor, I said, like, listen, today's the day you either tell her she's got it or she had. No more fucking about, because I'm sick of this. You know, it needs. And she turned around and said, yeah, your mum has got it. I said, thank fuck for that. Because you get to know how things work. And I delved into a lot with my mum and dad. And I still do it with my dad now with doctors. Are you sure? Is this going to happen? Are you going to just mess him about? I won't allow it with my dad. They did it with my mum, not with my dad. Fuck off, not at all. So I'm really careful with my dad. Because I act stupid and no. I've watched the way they treated my mum, and especially in St. James's, when she was in there in ICU. You know, they killed her then as well and brought her back because they did things wrong. But yeah, so I've learned a lot. And I'm thankful for that, because if I weren't for my mum, I wouldn't have learned more than what I know. And of course, with the job I did. It's amazing what you pick up.
That's the winner when you can't even trust your doctors. Let's be honest.
Yeah, no. I changed my dad doctors. My dad had an appointment with a doctor. He walked in with Stacey. He sat down. The doctor and says, "What are you here for?" That was it. I went, "You what? Is he fucking joking?" That way,
So he did have 4 children. Oh, right. He did have 4 kids. It says it on there.
Yeah, I got sick of doctors with my dad, and I moved him. And since I've moved him, he still whinges and moans like he normally does. But I got something in my eye.
Eyeball.
Yeah.
You beat me to it, then I'm going to say eyeball. Sorry about that, guys.
No, I don't. I didn't trust the doctor. My dad would have before I moved this where we are.
Oh, I'm the doctor's that fucking almost killed her when they realised yeah, she had a build of insulin in her body.
Yeah.
She'd be injected in the same spot for years, and I mean for as long as I can remember. She always did the injection in one spot, and for some reason she kept upping it because it wasn't working. And then they found out she had a build of insulin in the spot where she was injected.
No, it wasn't just that spot, because we haven't done the insulin right. What happened was all across the stomach where she'd been injecting, it had all built up, so it was like a pocket of insulin, so it wasn't going into a system. Yeah, I never checked that.
No,
so it caused a lot of problems with my mum. In fact, it was really bad. And my dad.
This is from the GP that didn't spot Zachary's condition until I moved to a move.
Yeah, but I kept telling you about Zach's condition and nobody listened.
No, they didn't not listen. Oh, no, be fine. Right, that's right. So Shipman's motive for suicide was never established, though he reportedly told his probation officer that he was considering suicide to assure his wife's financial security.
No, she's drinking already. Stop fucking pissing again.
After he was stripped of his National Health Service pension, Primrose Shipman received a full NHS pension that she would not have been entitled to if Shipman had lived past the age of 60. Additionally, there was evidence that Primrose, who had consistently protested Shipman's innocence despite overwhelming evidence, had begun to suspect his guilt. Shipman refused to take part in courses which would have encouraged acknowledgement of his crimes, leading to a temporary removal of privileges, including right to telephone. His wife, during this period, according to Shipman's cellmate, he received a letter from Primrose extorting him to tell me everything, no matter what. A 2005 inquiry found that Shipman's suicide could not have been predicted or prevented, but that procedure should nonetheless be re-examined. He killed himself so she could cash. Come on now.
Yeah.
After Shipman's body was released to his family, it remained in Sheffield for more than a year. His widow was advised by police against burying her husband in case the grave was attacked. The body was eventually cremated at Huckcliffe Wood Crematorium in City, attended only by Shipman's widow and the couple's 4 children.
Oh, right, he had 4 kids, one girl and 3 boys.
In January 2001, Chris Gregg, I don't know, did you not cover where she had to go to court?
Oh. No, because she got it, didn't she? So I just didn't see it.
So Shipman's, I think they were refusing to pay his pension to her or something along them lines. So she ended up going to court and having a jury court trial to decide whether she would get the money or not.
She never got it.
She got it though, so
She got
we're
it.
not on the jury then, because they couldn't do anything. Because by legal law in your pension, just like mine or anybody else's is, he didn't make it till over 60. So whether or not he'd done what he did, she was entitled to that pension.
Yeah,
Whether
but
that's
my
right
sister
or
was
wrong,
jury.
I don't think it's right. But the court was only going on the letter of the law, and the letter of the
my
law
sister-in-law-
stipulated if it had been 61 or 60 and died, she wouldn't have got it. It was 58 when he died. So
That's right,
that, by the letters of his pension, meant that he got,
I
or
think
she got, the full amount of
I think the
NHS.
reason why they took her to court is to believe that he should not, the money that he had should have gone back to the victims.
Yeah, but that was taxpayers' money that really
know.
was just a wasted child, because by the letter of the law, he died at 58.
Yeah.
As long as he didn't make it past, if he died at 61, and it had gone to trial, she wouldn't have got it. Killed
See,
herself at 58.
I've got a little family connection to that one because my sister-in-law was the jury on that case, on that court case, and she said she didn't want her to have it out. She said she did it out of spite because of what Shipman had done.
No, she knew. She knew exactly what he was doing.
She knew. Why would she try to extort him? She didn't. She must have known something wasn't fucking right.
She did.
Where was this money coming from? Where all this jewelry coming from? Unless he was pawning the jewelry in.
Yeah, isn't it?
You know what I mean? There's so many unanswered questions. In January 2001, Chris Craig, a senior West Yorkshire police detective, was selected to lead an investigation into 22 of the West Yorkshire deaths. Following this, the Shipman Inquiry, submitted in July 2002, concluded that he killed at least 218 of his patients between 1975 and 1998, during which time he practiced at Todmorden, 1975, Hyde, and 1978 to 97 to 98. Janet Smith, the judge who submitted the report, said there were further deaths about which there was so little evidence that a conclusion on whether they were unlawful killings could not be reached. Ouch. Most of his victims were elderly women in good health. In a sixth and final report, issued on the 24th of January 2005, Smith reported that she believed that Shipman had killed 3 patients and she had serious suspicions about 4 further deaths, including that of a 4-year-old girl during the early stages of his medical career at Pontefract General Infirmary. In total, 459 people died while under his care between 1971 and 1998, but it's uncertain how many of these were murder victims, as he was often the only doctor to certify a death. Smith estimates the Shipman's total victim count of that 27-year period was 250. The GMC charged 6 doctors who signed cremation forms for Shipman's victims with misconduct on the grounds that they should have noticed the pattern between Shipman's home visits and his patients' deaths. They were all found not guilty. In October 2005, the GMC found 2 doctors who worked at the Thameside General Hospital 94 guilty of serious professional misconduct for failing to report their concerns or for giving misleading evidence to the Shipman Inquiry. The Shipman Inquiry recommended changes to the structure of the GMC.
Too little, too late. These changes, isn't it?
In 2005, it came to light that Shipman may have stolen jewellery from his victims. In 1998, police seized over £10,000 worth of jewellery they found in his garage. Wow.
Yeah, and his wife tried to take dollars.
Yeah, she did.
See, in March 2005, when Primrose asked for his return, police wrote that to families of Shipman's victims, asking them to identify the jewellery. Unidentified items were handed to the Assets Recovery Agency in May. The investigation ended in August. Authorities returned 66 pieces to Primrose and auctioned 33 pieces that she confirmed were not hers. The proceeds of the auction went to the Thameside Victim Support. The only piece returned to the murdered patient's family was a platinum diamond ring, which the family provided a photographic proof of ownership. Garden of Tranquility in 2007, a memorial garden to Shipman's victims called the Garden of Tranquility opened in Hyde Park, Hyde, on the 30th of July 2005. As early as 2009, families of over 200 victims of Shipman were still seeking compensation for the loss of their relatives. In September 2009, letters Shipman wrote in prison to friends were to be sold at auction but following complaints from victims' relatives and the media, the sale was withdrawn.
Well, you're too fucking right. Oh, that's grim.
Ow. Ow.
Why would you want letters from him?
The Shipman case and a series of recommendations in the Shipman Inquiry report led to changes to standard medical procedures in the UK, now referred to as the Shipman effect. Many doctors reported changes in their dispensing practices, and a reluctance to risk over-prescribing pain medication may have led to under-prescribing. Death certification practices were altered as well. The forms needed for a cremation in England and Wales have had their questions altered as a direct result of the Shipman case. For example, the persons organising the funeral must answer, do you know or suspect that the death of the person who has died was violent or unnatural? Do you consider that there should be any further examination of the remains of the person who has died? Oh my God, I just realised my uncles have to fill this form in. Jesus. As of the 1st of September 2023, Shipman, also nicknamed Dr. Death, I just said at the beginning of the stream, and the Angel of Death, is the only British doctor to have been convicted of murdering patients, although other doctors such as Asakaya Manman have been acquitted of similar crimes or convicted lesser charges, and nurses such as Lucy Letby, Beverly Elliott, Colin Norris, Benjamin Jane, and Victoria Cho have been convicted of murdering patients in their care.
Yeah, nurses, but none of them were ever doctors, because Colin Norris did this at LGI. That's his wife there. That's the surgery he worked at, and that's the Garden of Remembrance where they remembered.
Is that the son? Maybe
that's her. That's a barrister.
Is it a barrister? Right. Okay.
State of that fucking outfit, man.
Oh, that's a lot of green.
A hell of a lot of green. That was his surgery on Market Street, which were like in town centre.
Yeah.
So there, what had killed them. There's a memorial garden of all the victims.
Is that a bit of a distance away? That one.
What?
How far away is that? How far away is that?
Hyde. 50 miles. I got Teddy from Hyde. It's in Manchester.
That'd be a good idea. Go take a visit up to that. Just.
Yeah, it's in Manchester. Hyde's not far. About 55 miles. Because I got Teddy from there, so yeah, it's not far. Not far from Lincoln.
Because of what he's done, you see what I mean about all the things changing about how they do things and change things and how you have got to prescribe medication now. That all changed because of what he did.
He did.
Even though it's sad what he did and he was wrong what he did and he shouldn't have done what he did, but it's also changed the fact that it's harder now to administer drugs without, I think with mums, it had to be one specific nurse that actually gave my mum the injections. It was called Lee, fantastic guy. And he was a district nurse. I think it was a senior district nurse. So it was him and another one that actually was allowed to give it to her. And I like, why is it just two of us? Because at least it's not you and then you can't get done. It's because all the ways things have been done have changed so much, which is because of what Shipman did. That's why the rules have changed. And all the
but the thing is, rules change a little too late.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like Jess with the thing, the CIB checks, they were on the war. Very, very it's like skin person's record. That's it. It was vague on the record, but after Ian Huntley thing,
where now a DBS check goes right back. To anything before you became an adult is squashed. After that, it's not. But yeah, it's really hard to not escape a DBS check unless you falsify your name. But then if you do that, they come back ask you questions why your name's different. Fucking hell, I know because I jumped through to get mine. Second time were easier.
We got bad, darling. Told you it was a good straight watch. Especially like you grind, like you see you miss instead you do.
The Shipman though, it leads a lot of questions as to
we got a fucking new one for so fucking long.
Yeah. Why wasn't the amount of morphine he was using?
Exactly, that's what I want to wonder, because I thought that was documented.
Maybe not as much as it was like it is now.
Maybe not as much in hospitals, but like it is in hospitals, but still, There's
hospitals,
certain medications that are, you know what I mean?
Yeah, in hospitals, every drug that you go and take out the cabinet has to be signed for because it's always calculated at the end of each shift. So every time a shift takes over, it's checked and verified to make sure the amount that's in there is the amount that was actually registered in there. Where a doctor, I think it's because they used to carry it in their bags. They had little cases, didn't they? I mean, doctors come out with alcohol and everything. Yeah, that's just it. And you could say that I dropped one, I've lost one, I got one broke. So it's easy to see. They don't like to do that no more. They've got to either prescribe it so you can go get it from a chemist or send it to an hospital for it.
And let's be honest, how many doctors nowadays do home visits? Very fair.
Not a lot now.
Not a lot.
Unless you're housebound.
My mum's doctor, when I changed it up to Shaftesbury, in fact, I wasn't Shaftesbury, the one above, they always came. Every time I phoned, he always came out because he was the one that I said, look, I have to have contact with the doctor. The same doctor needs to deal with my mum. He has to come to my mum and visit her. If he's required and I need him, he has to show his face. And I never, ever once had a problem with her doctor. He came every time I rang up and said, look, mum needs to see a doctor. This is going on now. I need him to come check her out. And he would always here, give a Pacific time, and he'd always be here.
Yeah.
I couldn't fault them for that. The doctors before my mum changed, they were arseholes when my dad was. But yeah.
They missed your gallstones, didn't they?
Oh, they missed all sorts. I believe that the concept, my mum went through menopause at the age of 31, so she was really young. And they gave her HRT when they shouldn't have given her it because she had no womb. She had it for all of ovaries that were removed. So they think that was a catalyst for my mum becoming so ill along the years because they gave her the wrong medication.
Yeah, that's true now. And if the housebound or have serious illnesses like severe autoimmune deficiency, they very rarely leave the house.
Or psychotic episodes.
Yeah.
It's psychotic.
You can remember the name, I'll have a look into that.
Yeah. I said, I'm not going to
we covered quite a lot.
Guilty as charged. No miscarriage adjustment on that one. Guilty as charged.
Guilty as charged.
Yeah, honestly, definitely guilty.
Just going on to what we did a couple of weeks ago. Remember Stone case we did?
Yeah, Michael Stone.
Well, his appeal's going in at the minute and they're re-examining all the evidence. So we may have a follow-up on that to come.
Ooh, nice.
The QRC now are investigating it. They are looking at all the evidence and we should find out later this year whether they accept it and it goes to retrial or not. So I'll keep you updated.
When we did that one, right?
We were all
a lot, didn't we? We went into depth about that one. And the fact that things didn't add up, things didn't fit in places where things should have fitted. Cold station psychotic. See, doctor saying out there, it felt wrong that the guy, the accused who was charged with it, was actually innocent. You know, and we went through that.
It's not the first time that's happened, let's be honest.
Well, we know that.
Justice.
Rodriguez.
And I will do that one soon with Leslie Molsey because that bloke spent 16 years in prison.
And what came out being he fucking died not long after. You know what I mean? Poor guy. It served 16 years. It got out. It got released. And
he died from some sort of cruiser.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was so sad that he
died.
And
we didn't catch him till 2013, I believe.
Yeah.
And that was in 1975, I think, Leslie Molsey. And they left him on Mars.
Stacey, that Rodriguez one, I think I know some of that.
It was before it was going on while you were pregnant with me.
Fucking get in there, Wizzy! Yes!
Can't afford to fucking let him go. You heard me say that yesterday when we were raging.
Oh, I don't understand why you thought about letting him fucking go. Oh my god. Love. Robbo's not going to space. Good God.
So you can talk football now, the crime part's done. Yeah. Whiskey, darling.
For that. I was getting nervous about that. We need our Robbo. But yeah, no, we covered that Stones a lot, and a lot of it didn't add up in so many ways. There were just so many variables to it. And
big up to Catalan, looking at the bloke you just mentioned there.
Yeah.
He was convicted of murdering 16 women.
Yep.
And he was sentenced to 440 years in prison.
So that means he'll never get out. He'll die in prison and be buried in prison grounds. And until his sentence is done, then they'll release his body when it comes up to
because
his
it wasn't by what I'm reading here, because he's don't give me much on this one, but I'll have a look into it. And then if there's not enough details out, I think these kind of ones would be ideal for
Yes. He's got 2 games. If he don't win the next 2 games, he's gone. And it's from somebody. They've lost faith in John W. Emery owners. 2 games. If he don't win them, he's gone.
If the chat don't mind, I'll put this question in the chat with regards to crime. Obviously, there's a few out there that don't have a lot of details into it. Like there's one that we personally know, me and my mum, that is short. Excuse the expression, short and sweet. So, if you don't mind, and I know Jess won't mind. I don't think my mum would mind. Do like 1 or 2 streams in between when we've got the less the ones that we booked in already.
Yeah, you mean like we have got the long ones, some short ones
that
in
don't
between.
have the not extensive details like Shipman, Rodriguez, because
for every one of them though, up to April, Stacey, are going to be really, really
big. That's what I'm saying though, because we booked up, aren't we? We could we can find some small time ones. Like because the ones that we're covering now are quite extensive.
Yeah.
So like when we've got the extensive ones,
gritty.
Yeah, find a couple of short ones just to break.
You're about Nelly, aren't you?
A little bit.
You're about Nelly, aren't you?
Yes, exactly. But not a lot of people that live in Leeds. A couple of years back in 2001, some family we know, their son was killed in a pub. Short and sweet because there's nothing too much into that one. So like short and sweet ones.
Oh, you see, Stacey, I aren't being funny, right? I understand where you're coming from for that.
No, but I was using David as an example of being.
Yeah, but you can't do
it's not an extensive one. It's not a serial killer run. Yeah, it's a murder, but not a serial one.
But what I'm saying is, you can't do the one about Dave because the stories that surround
it. I know, but
true.
I was just using that as an example of. Yeah. You just said there's not much on it.
He got killed for a gambling debt, and the thing is,
right, you know what I mean?
We were good friends with my bank robber sister.
Why didn't that shock me that they were best mates with your fucking getaway driver of a sister cruise?
The family's all.
I don't know what you mean. Like, for example, somebody that's just killed, for example, one person and been found.
Yes.
Like for me, like there's 2 that I'm going to do, but I'm going to combine them. So Colin Norris and Beverly Allen, the quite short ones.
Yeah,
they are.
I'm going to combine the 2 into one stream.
Yeah.
Because like the one that Catalan just gave me, if I can't find a lot of information on it, I could do like a slide or 2 on him.
Yeah, then do something else with it.
You know what I mean? Then
2 times into one.
One's in there.
Yeah, definitely. There's plenty to go with. See now, everyone finds our streams boring, by the way. See?
Do you know?
One minute, ladies. We've put this in for the reason because you're a criminologist and you said you know loads on Fred and Rose West. So we'd like you to come and take a pew on here and see how hard it fucking really is. Madam.
Do you know, I love these crime ones. I will not miss a crime one. I love them. I really like my crime.
You won't be missing the Liverpool one neither because you'll be on Wednesday when we play Carrier Bag. I'll make sure of it. I'll back up to your house and stream it from yours.
Come here, you are welcome to come to my house. I've got fucking loads of room.
The gentleman that Catalan's mentioned was stabbed 113 times. The prison guards just watched as well. Oh wow!
What?
The one that Catalan's mentioned, he was killed in prison. He was stabbed 113 times.
I think I know about this.
Prison guards just stood and watched.
I think there was
There's another one.
Show, a program about it where they had to they watched him being stabbed, but they didn't see the video.
You fucking did. No,
you did. Channel back us up.
No, you put all your paperwork on it. No way. You don't get out of that one. I have to Gemma. Back me up here. She said.
No, she said it. She did.
Thank you.
I muted myself by accident. No, you did say it. You did say it. Right. So, Barb, my cousin asked me to cover this one. But because it's round young girls, we don't think we're going to do it because it's kind of a sore thing.
Yeah, I think the ones where, other than maybe
cousin
James
Emma-
Cooper, because that's more of a murder.
Yeah,
I think,
you see-
and like I'm doing Ian Huntley, but it was never proven that Ian Huntley essayed any of them. It never came out of that. I don't mind doing certain ones, but the thing is, Barb, certain terminology with those, they demonetize you for it. You've got to be so careful. Like the word we have to say grape. You know what essay stands for. You've got to be so careful.
That when Molly went to corner shop and brought off bread and never came home.
Thank you.
Thank you, Drula.
Thanks, Drula.
Yeah,
You did say it.
Barb, my cousin asked me to cover that one, Emma, because she knows the victim.
What, Morley one?
No, Robert Black.
Yeah, she only went for a box of cornflakes.
Sarah Harper from Morley went to the shop to get a loaf of bread.
Yeah, remember that one.
Right, well, they've just arrested somebody for, but we've never known who it was.
I can't do that one because it's too close to home. Because when she went missing, my mum, my dad, my uncle Peter, my auntie Bev, they all went out searching for her. We had we discussed that backstage, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't do that one.
As a collective, we discussed this backstage, and we don't feel comfortable doing.
I can't do that.
No. Because he would, and I don't know you mean Robert Black, and he was an evil.
He was. I didn't know about it. I read into it, and he was disgusting.
No,
I couldn't do a PDF on that.
Because if you go through the archives for when she went missing from Morley,
message me.
It's when Matthew died as well. My auntie Bev from
I know Matthew.
Died. I babysat him before I died, and that was like a knock-on effect. So I couldn't do that. So we're not doing that, which I'm happy about. So
yeah, I feel bad saying no.
Don't forget Port Vale on Tuesday because me and Stacey don't want to be left doing your street. So don't forget you've got Knox County.
I said to Tony, we're doing Crime Night. When I lose track when you're doing fucking stream, I just don't bother asking anymore.
I've had another suggestion, Jess. Let me just grab the name. I don't know it. It's no, wrong one. Might be able to get to that one. Andre Chikatilo.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
I think it's Russian.
What about him who used to cut strands of hair? I can't think of his name. He used to cut strands of your fucking hair off. He was a wheeled one.
So look.
Oh, wow.
Was he a serial killer, Jess?
Yeah. He did something in Italy and then over here he did too. Oh. Do you know what, Drula? I give up. I just give up, Drula, love. I've had enough. I'm out. I've had enough. I've had enough. I'm going to check if they are playing. Port Vale, AFC Wimbledon, 7:45.
Italian, did you say, Jess?
Yeah.
Yeah. I found him.
Here, I think it was Bournemouth where he committed them. But he had killed somebody back in Italy as well.
So he murdered someone in Bournemouth. His murder in Bournemouth.
There you go. Yeah.
And he was involved in a 93 disappearance of someone else in Italy.
1 minute. Just let me head on the table, make sure my brain's still in there. Okay,
don't clap, please.
It's all right, I've got a cushion here. Anybody got anything else they want to say, peeps?
No, just that he was murdering Matthew and he should have been fucking. She should have been tried with him as well because she knew what we're doing.
I thought you were even here. Enjoy that page.
He was just listening, bless her.
See, I like these because we've been going medical stuff. I'm quite good with medical shit, so I like that me as well.
Me and Jess is twisted in a like crime.
What's his crime?
Best way to murder somebody
what's his crime?
It's used insulin because insulin doesn't leave a trace.
I wanted to do Beverly Allen this week, but I ended up changing it to Shipman. Right at last fucking minute, but actually
it's not a long one, is it though, with Beverly Allen though?
I'm going to compromise her with Colin Norris because he was at LGI and he killed a lot of people.
Yeah, we did.
And I know it's true because Daniel's just messaged me. The full plug on Robbo is staying. Even Daniel's just messaged me saying it. I'm buzzing.
Let me have a look. Because I've changed my
Jesse's happy.
I am, yeah. Oh, do you feel it when him go? Thank God for that, sorry, Spurs. You can have him at end of season, but we need him right now. Big up, Barb. We appreciate that. Big up. Right, peeps. We will be back tomorrow with the football. Everton versus Leeds United.
Come on, Leeds.
Come on, Leeds. We need a win. It's not going our way this weekend with results, so we are opening for a win.
Yeah, they should win.
Do you know what, Julie? You can have him at end of season. I'll send him with my blessings. But at minute, that Kirkenes is shite, so keep Robbo every time, man. We need leaders at minute. Is that Ali Slot? We reckon 2 games and he could be gone.
Do you think we actually missed Canati this week as well?
No, I thought Gomez did all right.
Just like him anyway.
Don't set me off. I'm chill. Don't set me off about him. Just don't. I'm going. Got to get stressed. Right, people. We'll see you tomorrow for Leeds Everton. Tuesday it's Port Vale versus Wimbledon. Wednesday it's the Champions League. Spurs, Frankfurt, Liverpool. Carry a bag.
I will be there.
Thursday it's the Europa League, and Friday it's West Brom again.
Wednesday night, so I will definitely joining.
We will see you again. Please don't have nightmares. Big up to everybody locked in. We do appreciate you watching. It ain't boring as some people may think. And on that note, it's a good night from me.
And it's a good night from her.
It's a good night from all of us. So don't have nightmares.
Yeah, please don't have nightmares. Please watch your doctors. And on that bombshell, peace out, guys. See you all tomorrow.
We shall see next time on True Crime Duo. Make the right choices and please don't have nightmares. Till next time.